continued support during the school year and help those less fortunate, and for all of us to help each other, work together, and carry out your good deeds. We pray all this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Sorry.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor
and protect this flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Sorry for the blunder there. Ms. Martinez will now recite our FISD vision and mission statement.
The FISD vision statement is character, knowledge, confidence. Our mission statement is FISD is committed to the development of innovative lifelong learners who possess character traits to achieve personal and professional success.
Mr. Freer will now recite our FISD goals.
The FISD goals are excellent student outcomes, superior workplace environment, exceptional customer service and community engagement, strategic resource management.
We will now do a round robin of the board recitation of the FISD core beliefs. Our FISD core beliefs are, in FISD, we believe all students feel safe and supported in a developmentally and academically challenging environment.
Families are welcome partners in their children's education.
Faculty and staff are compassionate, dedicated, adaptable individuals who are student-centered.
Campus leadership is fair, equitable, and clearly communicates and engages with stakeholders.
Superintendent and central administration lead with integrity, transparency, and clear communication to provide a well-resourced educational environment.
Trustees provide student-centered and fiscally responsible leadership in transparent and ethical support of all stakeholders.
Mr. Butch will now recite our overview of good governance and code of ethics, please.
Overview of good governance and ethics, code of ethics. Each month we highlight one of our good governance indicators and code of ethics that the FISD Board of Trustees follow to promote the best interest of the district as a whole. This month, for the code of ethics, we are highlighting trustworthiness and stewardship. I will be accountable to the public by representing district policies, programs, priorities, and progress accurately. I will be responsive to the community by seeking its involvement in district affairs and by communicating its priorities and concerns. I will work to ensure prudent and accountability use of district resources. I will make no personal promises or take private action that may compromise my performance or my responsibilities. Our good governance indicator for this month is the board has a written plan for the review and measurements of board advocacy for the district within the community and with our governmental entities.
A lot to read there, sir.
That's a mouthful.
We will now have recognition for Teacher and Students of the Month. Dr. Sloot, I will now pass it over to you now.
Just stand next to me and face them. There you go. You can face them. Good evening, Floresville ISD Board of Trustees, Superintendent Dr. Gilstrap, and President Shadrach. I'm honored to present to you our Floresville South Elementary Students and Teacher of the Month for September. Today we are proud to recognize Colton Terry, the son of Jeff and Megan Terry, as our September Boy Student of the Month. Colton says his favorite teacher is Miss Fowler because she is nice and kind and always lets them read, which is perfect because Colton loves reading. When thinking about his future, Colton dreams of becoming a scientist, and not just any scientist, one who brings back dinosaurs. That's some big thinking there, Colton. Outside of the classroom, Colton stays very active. He plays Wildcat football, practices jiu-jitsu, and also loves to swim. While he's not currently in any clubs, he did participate in UIL last year in the event of oral reading. When asked why he thinks his teachers may have nominated him for Student of the Month, Colton says, "Because I follow the rules." His teachers agree. Colton is always working hard, staying on task, and giving his best effort. Colton's parents share this message about their son. "We are so proud of him for always striving to be the best that he can be." His teachers say he works hard and he is always on task. He tries his best and we could not be any more proud. Congratulations, Colton. Your hard work, positive attitude, and big dreams make you an incredible role model for your classmates. Keep shining bright, and maybe one day we'll see those dinosaurs walking around. You're just gonna stay right here. All right. Today we are excited to celebrate Areli Gonzalez Ramirez, the daughter of Abraham Gonzalez and Gabriela Ramirez, as our September Girl Student of the Month. Areli believes her teachers nominated her because she is a good listener and doesn't get into trouble and always helps other kids when they need support. Her favorite subject is art, and she enjoys every one of her teachers. When thinking about the future, Areli dreams big. She would love to be an artist, study animals, or even become a doctor. With her talent and determination, we know she can do anything she sets her mind to. Outside of school, Areli stays very busy. She attends Sacred Heart and is a member of the church choir, and she is in our art club. When she's not at church and school, she loves spending time with her dog Macy and her sister Leslie and her parents. And her parents, Mr. Gonzalez and Ms. Ramirez, shared this message with us. "Eres una hija muy amable y generosa. Para alguien cuyo primer idioma fue el español, has llegado muy lejos. Te encanta estudiar y trabajas muy duro. Estamos muy orgullosos de ti. Para terminar, Areli, eres un ejemplo brillante de bondad, dedicación y creatividad. Tu esfuerzo en la escuela, el amor por tu familia y tu preocupación por los demás te convierten en una inspiración para tus compañeros. Felicidades por ser nuestra estudiante del mes." And the parent said, "You are a very kind and generous daughter. For someone whose first language is Spanish, you have come so far. You love to study and you work so hard, and we are so proud of you." In closing, Areli, you are a shining example of kindness, dedication, and creativity. Your hard work in school, love for your family, and care for others make you an inspiration to your classmates. Congratulations on being our September Student of the Month. Estamos muy orgullosos de ti. And congratulations to Miss Melissa Adams, our Floresville South Elementary Teacher of the Month for the month of September. We would like to celebrate your remarkable years as an educator for 20 years of teaching and inspiring our kids. Throughout her career, she's taught 3rd grade math and science and 5th grade math and science, and served as math MTSS teacher, and most recently supports our ESL dual language students in their 4th and 5th grade math and science classes. Her impact extends far beyond the classroom. She and her husband, Chad, share 4 wonderful children, Trey, Colt, Preston, and Berkeley, who keep her busy and full of joy. Outside of school, she loves her cows and life on the farm, often serving as her dad's personal farmhand, which shows what a really big heart she has. And speaking of heart, Melissa is our math MTSS teacher. However, this year she was asked to step into the role to fill that 4th and 5th grade dual language spot. And without complaining, without hesitation, she jumped right in to help. And although the curriculum is in English, I hear her asking the students, "Como se dice this?" or "Como se dice that?" And to hear the kids teaching her proper Spanish, including how to ask them nicely how to be quiet.
Yes.
It's adorable. And all with a smile, a cheerful heart, and a positive attitude. She's genuinely a joy to work with, and I wanted to take a moment to publicly thank you. Because anytime we have a need on our campus, you just step in and you fill it, and I appreciate that. At FSC, she is truly a bright light. You bring warmth and energy to our campus, and we wanted to recognize you as our September Teacher of the Month. Yes, and I think next up.
I'm Bonner Reed, and I represent the Floresville Lions Club, and we've started a new tradition tonight. We want to honor the teacher and the 2 students. Your academics and your accomplishments are great. And we have a little gift and a thank you.
Whataburger gift.
And wait a minute, if we can get together for a picture.
We'll do that just a second.
Okay, yes.
Oh,
Colton, I'm so proud of you. In fact, I watched every Jurassic Park movie there is, and I believe that can happen. I really do. And listen, when it happens, would you invite me along with you? And so I can see these dinosaurs come to life. And you're a hard worker, and I appreciate so much your dad, who serves as one of our coaches, and appreciate all his work. But I'll tell you, y'all raised a good young man right there, and I'm proud of him. And Colton, congratulations. Now, I will not say this in Spanish. But really, boy, thank you so much for being such a generous, kind person. You know, that goes a long ways in life. And because you are, that's going to take you a long ways in all that you do and all that you want to do. Maybe a doctor, maybe an artist. There's a lot of things you're thinking about. But congratulations. And again, to our parents, congratulations to y'all. What a wonderful daughter that y'all raised. And we're so proud of her as a board. And now, Miss Adams, boy, I tell you what, 20 years. It's a long time. But thank you so much for giving of your time and effort to our students and investing in their lives. Every time that you go to the classroom, you invest in their lives each day. And one day, they're going to come back and they're going to thank you for all that you've done. And we thank you as a board. Congratulations.
So just real quick, I do want to also thank our Lions Club. The members of the Lions Club every month in the past, they have always recognized those students and the teachers at one of their meetings throughout the month, but their schedule has changed. And so they wanted to continue to recognize that in a partnership with the district. And so we wanted to incorporate that into the meeting. So that's why we have a little bit of a change in our meeting process this month. But I do want to thank the Lions Club for their partnership and support for the district. And I think y'all.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes, sir.
I really do like Melissa Adams' shoes.
It's the earrings.
Yeah, I think it's
And the earrings too. I don't wear the earrings, but the shoes are interesting. Thank you
took
for
a math test today,
yeah, I like
so I
that.
had
Yeah,
to
very nice.
go with the
And then
theme.
if
Thank y'all very much. Oh, yes, also, if you want to make that announcement real quick. Oh. We did have a donation from Green Acres. So each of our, this is new this year as well, each of our students of the month will be receiving some free tokens to Green Acres to go do some different activities over there. So thank them for their support for FISD as well. So, thank y'all. All right, y'all can come on up for a picture.
okay.
There we go.
Oh, I gotta get up here.
Don't worry. Which, this one?
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2.
We want to get our Lions Club members to step into the picture. Thank you all for your support. One of y'all can stand over here for me. No.
Perfect. Okay. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2.
Do you need one more, Alyssa?
Yes.
Oh.
1, 2. Thank you.
Parents, you're more than welcome to get in the middle if you want. All right. Come on up here. You're more than welcome to get up here right in the middle. All right. Thank you very much.
you for your support. If you don't mind shaking the board member's hand.
That's right, you're right.
Everything you do. Appreciate y'all.
Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We will now have the Community of Character Award. Mr. Riley, will you please come on up?
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Come on up, Mr. Pinion. You can't sit back there in the back.
Right, no, come on up. Don't worry, I wouldn't let her stay back.
Okay.
Mr. Shadrach, Dr. Gilstrap, members of the board, it is my privilege to present to you for the Community Character Award this evening, Ms. San Juanita Coco Pena. On Thursday, August 21st, 2025, Ms. San Juanita Coco Pena demonstrated exceptional clear thinking and prompt action that saved a student at Floresville Middle School from potentially life-threatening situation. Ms. Pena was monitoring students waiting for their bus to go home for the day. A young lady was eating an afternoon meal from the cafeteria while waiting for her bus to arrive. When her bus was called, the young lady tried to quickly eat the rest of her food and began to choke. Recognizing the signs of choking, Ms. Pena acted immediately and applied the Heimlich maneuver to clear the girl's airway. Once this was successful, she contacted the campus nurse to verify that the young lady's recovery was monitored until she could be picked up by her parent. Ms. Pena's quick, decisive action is indicative of her work every day and shows her dedication to our primary concern, our students.
I want to thank you very much. We're going to give you a round of applause. After school, I know the kids are not the best. I mean, they're ready to go home and they're anxious. And you're out there every day watching and caring for them. But your quick action was absolutely amazing. You know, it shows how much you care, but you went into gear of saving mode, regardless of anything else. And having that maneuver, we've all been trained for it, but you immediately went in and knew what to do. And that child, her parents, I know they're very grateful for you, and we're very grateful for you for what you did. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, let's go to the picture. Bring your head.
Ready? 1, 2. Look on that. 1, 2.
Very, very quick action.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So many people don't pay attention.
That's right. You do that one.
I come in, you go.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I think everybody else already won.
Ms. Petrie, do we have any public comments other than the one I have right here?
No, sir, just
Okay. Read some statements before we have the public comments. The board encourages comments about the district from members of the public. Anyone who signed up to speak in advance of the meeting in accordance with the board procedures may do so at this time. The board does ask that each participant's comments are limited to the items on the agenda, pertain to district business, and be no longer than 2 minutes. Remember, the board may not discuss or act upon any issues that are not posted on the agenda. In addition, the board has adopted policies to provide prompt and equitable resolution of complaints and concerns for employees, students, or their parents, and the general public. Copies of our district policies and procedures on public comment and filing complaints are available at www.fisd.us. At this time, Ms. Stephanie Garcia, you'll have 2 minutes. And you'll help me with time, thank you.
Good evening, President Shadrach, members of the board, and district staff. My name is Stephanie Garcia, and I'm a proud parent and advocate for my child who receives special education services in our district. First, I want to thank you for the work you do to support all students, including mine. Dylan is bright, curious, and full of potential. And like many students with unique learning needs, he requires tailored support to thrive. The services he receives have made a difference, and I'm here to ask that we continue pushing for even stronger resources. I'll share 2 recent challenges that I hope you'll take into consideration when planning for the future. One, it's well known that children flourish with a routine they can count on. Last year, my child went without a permanent teacher for 7 months. That kind of disruption can be especially challenging for students in special education. And 2, recently I noticed the sped buses are quite outdated. Bus drivers have one of the hardest jobs, ensuring students get home safely while driving and monitoring behavior. Yet our district continues to fall behind on technology. With the days of paper tracking long gone, I ask you provide our transportation staff with the tools and technology they need to do their jobs effectively and safely. There are programs like TransFinder and Wayfinder that offer real-time tracking and communication for students, teachers, and bus drivers. Families in neighboring districts have shared that their buses are already equipped with this kind of technology. I believe our students deserve the same. As you review budgets and make decisions, I ask that you remember the special education students who don't always have a voice at the table. Lastly, special education isn't just about compliance. It's about compassion, equity, and believing in every child's ability to succeed. I urge you to keep listening to parents, investing in staff training, and ensuring that our schools are places where all students feel seen, supported, and valued. Thank you for your time and for your commitment to our children. Have a blessed evening.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia. We certainly appreciate your comments. Thank you very much for making your time.
Thank you.
We will now have the superintendent report by Dr. Gilstrap.
Yes, board members, Dr. Shadrach, those in attendance. First of all, welcome back to school. We've started school since our last regular meeting, so I want to take an opportunity to welcome everybody back. We had a great start to the 25-26 school year. Thanks to our maintenance custodial staff, our facilities were ready to go. Thanks to our transportation staff, our routes were in place and ready to go to pick up kids the first day. And thanks to our teaching and learning staff, our teachers were prepared and our classrooms are ready to go for the first day. So we very much want to recognize them and thank them for their hard work and preparation. The first day is always important. So all of this has led to a successful first month for all of our students. We appreciate that so much. Also, with that being said, the first round of required drills, safety security drills, is taking place on all campuses. So we had an opportunity to review with our students and our staff what our expectations are, and we had a chance to do our drills. We want to encourage our families to continue to talk to their students about seeing something. If you see something or hear something, make sure you say something. And that goes for anything that just feels out of the ordinary, whether it's online or in a conversation in the hallway. We want to make sure we're pushing that out. See something, say something. We also want to remind our families and our community to be patient with us as you come and go from campuses. Be mindful of our safety protocols, and there's nothing convenient about security. And so we want to make sure we encourage everybody to be aware of what our expectations are coming on campus and be patient with us as we strive to keep the safest environment possible. In the coming days, we're going to be releasing final details for our Friday camp, which is the child care services that will be provided for our working families that need assistance on the designated Fridays that we're going to be out of school. Just a reminder, this starts on Friday, October the 10th. It'll be held at South Elementary. It'll be provided from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And there'll be no cost to the families. We are excited to work with Right at School to offer the program, and families will be required to sign up in advance so that Right at School can make appropriate staffing changes for each Friday. The district has been approved for the Child and Adult Care Food Program, otherwise known as the dinner program, which, by the way, that's a mouthful. The dinner program is separate from our lunch program, which we use daily for lunches. It's also different than our summer feeding program. The dinner program is what allows us to provide snacks and meals for our students that are going to be a part of our Friday camp. But beyond that, we also are able to provide dinner meals as students are leaving campus at the end of the day, or students that are staying for enrichment or even athletic events, other competitions in any realm. So it's really a great program. We were a little surprised. The calendar for that starts October 1st, but whenever we submitted our application, we actually got approved to start early. So we've already been offering these programs and these meals at the end of the day. And our students, particularly our students that need it, they've already figured out the details of how this works. But we want to make sure our community, our families know that is out there. Ms. Pena's situation was from one of the meals that we were serving because the student was trying to get on the bus. And so we're working with them to make sure we get everything ironed out. But it is a great opportunity to once again meet the needs of our students. We're excited to offer our community an opportunity to tailgate prior to our upcoming home district football games. Details are going to be coming out as they are finalized. There will be a sign-up process. It will be by permit only in a particular designated parking lot at South Elementary. Again, those organizations or individuals that want to participate will have a few regulations in place, but they're going to have to sign up in advance. There will be a cost associated with it. We are set up to do about 13 spots, and so it'll be first come, first serve to those 13 individuals. So again, it's a great opportunity for us to promote community and school pride, and we want to make sure we have the opportunity to do that. We continue working our way through the numerous new bills, as we've talked about. The legislative update was very robust this year, many of which are going to affect us or went into effect September 1st. However, some of them are awaiting some policy guidelines and some decisions made from the Commissioner and TEA on their interpretations. So it is still an ongoing process. We will continue communicating information out. We do have a new website on our web page. I guess that's right. Is it a page on the website? We have a page on the website. It's labeled Parental Bill of Rights, and we're going to be adding information out there, particularly with Senate Bill 12 and 13 as we start to roll out some of that information. Many parents and families have already received information regarding the counseling and medical services. There is a form online available through the Skyward Family Access, so families can log into that, fill out that form, and determine if they want to provide consent for our typical counseling and medical services. So again, they have to log into Skyward to be able to do that. Next year, we will be incorporating that into our returning student registration form, but since this came out later, it is something we're having to do along the way. But again, there are several things that went into effect, but we are doing everything we can to, even though it is law, we are implementing them, but we're still waiting on some documentation, some interpretations to come. So we'll be rolling more information out in the coming weeks and months. Each year, we want to take an opportunity to build relationships with our new to the profession teachers. These are not just our new teachers, new to the profession, never been in a classroom. So last week, I started some individual meetings with them. Really, it's a great opportunity to sit down, hear their stories about what's led them to this point. Did they have a prior career? Is it a certification thing? Also, what led them to want to be in the classroom and work with our kids, because that's how important it is. And also their perceptions versus realities. I think they all have some perceptions whenever you start a job, in particularly teaching. And then after about a month on the job, let's talk about the realities. What's it really like in your classroom? And so they've been great conversations. They've been very helpful in providing us feedback and everything from our recruiting process, our onboarding process. But most importantly, I wanted them to know that they're supported in what they do. If they have questions, they can always come to us and ask. Educating our kids is what we do, and we want to make sure we're supporting those individuals. And I also know that the job is difficult for anyone, but for those new to the profession, it can be really stressful and overwhelming. And so we want to make sure we're building those relationships so that they know that we do care about them, and we want to make sure they're supported. All the feedback has been great, everything from the teaching and learning department, the administration at each campus. They've just talked about how much they really appreciate it, particularly the Capturing Kids' Hearts. That was a multi-day training that all of our new teachers go through. They said that was the most effective thing that they were really able to implement right away and into their classroom. And it really put them at ease as they had those first day jitters. That is a cost that we build in the budget, but every year it seems to be the greatest feedback of what's impactful for those teachers. Don't forget, next month at the regular October meeting, we will be announcing the board members' continuing education hours as required by law. That'll be the board meeting prior to the election in November. Board members are required to obtain a certain number of hours each year in specific areas, so we will be making that announcement next week. At your desk, you will have an acceptable use agreement. Board members will need to sign that and return it back to Alyssa. That'll allow you to use our email system as well as our iPad or any other device that we may provide you for board meetings and things like that. This will be the last time the board in DC local does give the superintendent authority to offer personnel contracts from April 1st to the end of August. We did have a few contracts that we did offer towards the end of August. Those have been provided to you in the packet as an update. Doesn't require any board action. We have not had any new contracts since September 1st. I do, board, want to thank you for an opportunity. I know the responsibility that is of offering contracts and the importance of it, but it gives us an opportunity to truly be competitive in the hiring environment during the summer. If we have to have a board meeting 72 hours later to post an agenda so that we can offer somebody a contract whenever there's another district right there waiting with a contract in hand, it really allows us to be more competitive. So thank you all for allowing us the opportunity, allowing me the opportunity to do that. It's not something I take lightly. Below is our enrollment update as of Friday, August the 29th. As you can see, we are down approximately 90 students over last year at this time. We are continuing to track that. We do have some students that continue to trickle in. So we anticipate that to go up just a little bit, but it is below where we were in the past. There is one updated, one event coming up. Just as a reminder, our next regular meeting is Monday, October the 6th. Will be our next regular meeting. Any questions?
I do have one question on the tailgate. So people sign up for that by how?
So we're going to push out information, and we'll have a process that they come in, because since we are going to charge, we're looking at $35 per spot. So it would be them filling out that form, acknowledging all the things, no alcohol.
What time they can show up,
what
when they
time
gotta
show
leave.
up, gas flames only, so we don't have any, hot embers out there during the ball game, that kind of thing. So we'll be pushing that out. They'll acknowledge that, pay their money, and then they'll be the first person in line. So it'll be a change, and we'll see how it goes the first three or the last three home games this year.
Can I, off the subject a little bit, but we have a home football game on October 31st
Against Livonia.
against Livonia. Do you think that we could look at maybe doing a trunk or treat that day? Trying to get the community out there before the football game?
We can look at something. We can look at something. I don't know that we'll be able to do it, because we've been working in conjunction with Livonia, just with security, because of, first of all, it's Livonia. Second, it's Halloween. So we want to make sure there's no issues with any security or anything like that, but we can look at something like that. We may talk to one of our organizations and see if they want to organize that as opposed to the administration doing it, but it may be an opportunity to do something. And I haven't heard yet when North is having their trunk or treat yet, but we'll see what we do.
We're having it the 20.
Do what?
We're having it the 20.
Prior to
The week
that.
before. The week.
Okay.
Good, thank you.
27.
Next, we will have the state accountability report from Ms. Brooks, please.
Good evening, President Shadrach, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Gilstrap. In July of this year, the 15th Court of Appeals ruled in favor of the TEA regarding the 2024 accountability litigation. Thus, accountability ratings for 2024 and 2025 were released this year on August 13th and made available to the public on August 15th. Tonight, I'll share information about our third year in the new accountability system, or STAR Refresh 2.0, and the results for Floresville ISD. The A to F accountability system has 3 domains that are scored. An overall score is taken by calculating 70% of the better of student achievement or school progress, and 30% of the score of the closing the gaps domain. This overall score converts to a letter grade. For elementary and middle school, Domain 1, student achievement, is 100% based on STAR performance. Domain 2, academic growth or relative performance, is 100% growth in STAR performance. And Domain 3, All of these are calculated again along with EL proficiency on STAR and academic achievement, or the number of students earning masters on STAR. So in summation, elementary and middle school is entirely based on STAR performance, mostly in reading and math. At the high school level, accountability is still predominantly based on the STAR EOC for performance and growth. However, career, college, and military readiness, or CCMR, is factored in at about 30% along with our graduation rate. CCMR points are lagging data, so the data we'll see for the 2025 school year is really our 2024 graduates, and they had to meet one of the following criteria in order to be considered college, career, or military ready. Between 2024 and 2025, the state of Texas saw about 5% more districts move to the acceptable category, earning an A, B, or C rating. 24% of the districts increased their score. FISD is part of that 24%. Between 2024 and 2025 school years, about 6% more campuses moved to the acceptable categories, again earning an A, B, or C. Just under 1/3 of campuses actually increased their score. This includes all FISD campuses. FHS, FMS, FSE, and FNE are part of the 31% of campus who improved scores. The 2025 overall rating for Floresville ISD is a C, or 78. This is up 5 points from the 2024 rating of 73. From 2024 to 2025, FISD improved in all domains, particularly in closing the gaps, which is now at a B. Floresville High School improved from a 73 to a 79 between the 24 and 25 school year. While academic growth in our EOC algebra, English 1 and English 2 exams saw a decline of 4 points, all other areas improved. Most notably, the CCMR indicator that I was talking about went up 25 points from a 62 to an 87. Again, this data is lagging data from our 2024 graduates, although all indicators say we will see the same or higher for our 2025 graduates. So this, along with the other increases, resulted in the overall higher rating. Floresville Middle School also saw a gain of 5 points and moved from a C to a B campus. Again, all domains improved, including just barely missing an A in the Closing the Gaps domain. FMS also earned 3 distinction designations: Academic Achievement in Social Studies, Top 25% in Comparative Growth, and Top 25% in Closing the Gaps. Distinction designations are earned when schools are compared with campuses most like them when it comes to economically disadvantaged, SPED, EB, and mobility rate.
That's very good.
It's amazing.
Real good.
South Elementary also made significant progress from 2024 to 2025, moving from all Ds and a 67 rating to 3 Cs and a C+ rating overall. Closing the Gap saw a double-digit increase and helped move this campus to an acceptable rating, an overall increase of 9 points in 1 year. While FSE made great gains, the campus was identified for a targeted support and improvement plan, which we'll have at a later board meeting, for special education students. Though this group of students did show improvement, they just missed the mark of our interim target to show expected growth. So we will continue to implement systems to bring about even greater gains. Some of the biggest gains in the district were seen at North Elementary, which increased 12 points in 1 year, going from a 74 to an 86 rating overall. The campus increased 15 points in Closing the Gaps and 10 points in school progress, both of which helped to move this campus to a B+. The accountability system, or A to F rating, A to F 2.0, has been in effect since 2023. The 2022 ratings and ratings during COVID were not part of this system. They were part of the 1.0 system, and so they cannot accurately be compared to the data we're talking about today. Overall, FISD, all in the district and all campuses, saw improvement in our 2025 ratings over the 2023 and 2024 ratings. At this time, I'll take any questions from the board.
Do you think on the high school side, for the academic growth, for the F, do you think that 5x5, us steering away from that, may help improve that?
There are several indicators that I think caused some struggle for the high school last year. Again, it was just a decline of 4 points, but I know Mr. Barrett and his group have some very targeted plans to bring that up this year. One of the big changes with going from the 5x5 to the full period, or full year, is we won't have nearly as many kids trying to test in that December EOC. And that does give us an entire year to work with them and an entire year to provide interventions if they need it, which is what we're finding.
Thank you. I think one of the things that we understood was, so if a student takes a test and they pass the test, or I say pass, they get approaches, meets, or masters, that's it. But if a student takes the test and doesn't reach one of those, they retest. They take the test again, that student counts for every time they take the test. So a student does master, they only count once, whereas a student doesn't meet the mark, and then they count multiple times to do that. So there's several things about that. I do think the 5x5, we'll see how that works out. I think there's gonna be a lot more time for interventions and things like that. And I just wanna say to our principals, to our staff, to the teachers, remarkable gains. Anytime you can get 3 to 5%, that's awesome. We saw some 12 and a 9, and those are phenomenal gains. And I just want you to know, as superintendent, teachers had to be put in uncomfortable positions to think outside the box and do something the way we haven't done, so we got different results. That happened again. And whenever we were at convocation, I talked about that, about we're going to challenge the adults and challenge the teachers. And again, I think we're capable of doing even more. This is great, we're celebrating it, but wait, there's still more to come, because we talked about the state average and how we're still not there. Imagine what it'll be like with these numbers whenever we are there. So kudos to TNL, the principals, the administrators, the teachers. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
We're always focused on the bad stuff and always looking at it, but yeah, you're doing a great job of getting us where we need to be, so.
And it's great to see all the campuses, they're all moving together.
We're on a good path.
Next on the agenda is number 5, action item, the consent agenda by Dr. Gilstrap.
Yes, board members, we do have the minutes from the August 4th board meeting, as well as our financial reports. We do also have 3 donations that I want to recognize that all require board approval since they're over $1,000. First of all, our Athletic Booster Club donated $28,000 to the FISD athletic programs. I believe that was some disbursement to every program. Is that correct?
$2,000 to all the high school sports, and then $2,000 to the middle school athletic program as a whole.
So they're really supporting all of the different programs, and so we want to make sure we recognize the Athletic Booster Clubs for that. They have also donated an additional $3,500 to put towards our baseball portable backstop. The batting cage on the field is in disrepair, so we're going to get a new one. I believe they're going to pick up half the cost of that. So again, thank the Athletic Booster Clubs for supporting all of our programs and making that effort. We also want to recognize a donation from R&D Custom Home Builders, LLC. They donated $1,326. They were our sponsor for our back to school insert, which was in the Wilson County News back in July. They made a 100% donation to cover the cost of that, so we want to make sure we recognize them and thank them for supporting our district and really pushing out that information that's so valuable for our community. Blanca does a great job of putting all that together and getting with the paper to get it out there. And this year we were fortunate enough to have a sponsor for that, so thank R&D Custom Home Builders for that. If there's not any questions, administration recommends the board approve the consent agenda as presented.
I move to accept the administration's recommendation.
I second.
We have a motion by Ms. Martinez and a second by Ms. Reed. Any further discussions or questions? Show of hands in favor. 7-0.
Thank you, board members. And thank you for those that made the donations.
We will now consider the approval of the 2025-2026 campus improvement plans by the campus principals. Ms. Brooks, I'll pass it over to you.
Principals, y'all are welcome to come on. Good evening again. Tonight, the principals will share their 25-26 campus improvement plans for approval. In addition to this presentation, the complete plans for each campus are included in your board packet and list all of the strategies for each objective. As a reminder, last month the board did approve the goals and objectives for the district. Our goals, again, are aligned with our strategic plan. Our goals are excellent student outcomes, superior workplace environment, exceptional customer service, and community engagement and strategic resource alignment. Each campus has the same goals and objectives as the district, so that we're all working toward the same end path. So instead of repeating each other, campus principals will share briefly some of the strategies they're using to accomplish each goal. However, the board will only be asked to approve the goals and performance objectives tonight. Each campus also conducted a comprehensive needs assessment and reviewed data to determine strategies needed to accomplish these goals, which is also in your board packet. So at this time, I will turn it over to Dr. Schluter from South Elementary.
She said if I kept it under 2 minutes, she'd buy tacos for me tomorrow.
We'll start the clock.
Okay. Let me know when. I'm not going to read this to you, but we're chasing year 3 for our CKH SEL program.
Capturing kids' hearts.
Yes, sorry, capturing kids' hearts. Thank you. We implemented campus-wide data binders. Every kid gets a binder, and they're tracking their data to kind of own it from beginning of year to end of year, and then that'll travel with them. And then we increased our instructional minutes when that second conference period moved, so that helped us with our tier 1 time. And then in library rotation, we are investigating careers. For goal 2, teachers are having at-bats in PLCs where the teachers come and kind of present a lesson to build each other's instructional toolboxes, which I think will be very helpful. STAR grade levels are investing in some after-school planning time on Tuesdays and Wednesdays that is structured, kind of like a second PLC. And then we do weekly staff drawings to keep it fun. And then our family dining, sometimes it's dessert. It was punch and cake last week, but we are keeping that up with our once a month family meal. We are paying our kids cup cash to come to school for attendance and grades and behavior and things like that. And then they go shopping at our store. And then of course we still have our monthly reward that they get to do. We'll highlight their academic progress at our grade level nights. Floresville South is working with the middle school to host district academic UIL competitions at the elementary and middle school level. So we'll host 9 schools districts here in December actually. And then we'll continue our showcase nights with highlighting GT and fine arts and STEM and things like that. And then our PTA prize patrol, we do a drawing every Friday. You gotta read your newsletter to watch the spinner to see who won. It helps teachers read their newsletter. And then for goal 4, maintaining our security with our controlled campus access, being flexible with our spaces, and of course working with our first responders. Time.
Very good.
And now I'm gonna turn it over to...
Tacos.
Tacos? Good. I'm gonna turn it over to Ms. Stephanie Cruz from North to share hers.
Hello, board. All right, so going over ours, we are in year 4 of Capturing Kids' Hearts Showcase School. So we'll continue that. We have also focused on revamping our MTSS with the focus on accelerated instruction versus remediation, along with restructuring our support staff schedules to have more targeted support within the classroom that's content-based, along with the supports of the students. When we look at goal 2, we also will be having PLCs where the teachers have opportunity to have lesson internalization and practice for that upcoming lessons. I really focus on making data-driven decisions in our instruction, having campus leadership team meetings to open that communication between admin and the staff, along with weekly opportunities for staff appreciation and input, and then opportunities for instructional coaching opportunities through observation, coaching cycles, and in-the-moment feedback. And then under goal 3, some of the various opportunities for student recognition, including attendance, incentives, student of the month, and then Class Dojo points, which is a system that we have incorporated school-wide this year. Through that, we have a whole school and grade level based parent involvement activities that will happen throughout the year, along with monthly newsletters that we communicate to the parents with ways that they can support their kids and what's going on the campus. And then under goal 4, we're continuing to just have those systematic safety checks on our doors, working with our team, and having that controlled campus access.
Pretty good, thank you.
Good evening. So, I should say, first of all, I didn't put it on my slide, but we are also on track to get Capturing Kids' Hearts for the 3rd year in a row as a National Showcase School. We're going to make sure that happens. But as far as our efforts that I've indicated here for Goal 1, Excellent Student Outcomes, we are going to continue to work on our attendance and tardy interventions. We've added another layer to that with our new Reset program that gives us another level of intervention there. We're very excited about using that. We're already seeing some results there in terms of getting kids on track. And we are also looking at our data tracking system, our Tier 1 and Tier 2 interventions, and we're also continuing to refine our advanced academic tracks, particularly in the area of mathematics, to make some of the gaps a little bit smaller. As far as our second goal for superior workplace environment, we are continuing to provide training to the staff on looking at their increase their instructional support. We are very excited about the fact we've expanded our FMS Vision Council that involves teachers, staff members, and community members. In fact, this year we are already on track to triple the number of community members who volunteered to be part of that committee to help guide what happens on our campus and our achievements toward our campus improvement plan. So that's another area we're looking at, and we've expanded our recognition to both staff and students to have additional recognition to them. Goal 3, we are continuing to use student surveys. We used those last year. We're going to expand that again this year. And we're very excited that our Campus Parent Teacher Association is even more involved than they were last year. You'll be able to see some pictures if you go out to our Facebook page. They were there this weekend decorating all the hallways in preparation for homecoming. So the kids were very excited about that. When they got to school this morning, they got a chance to see all the balloons and banners everywhere. And we are continuing to use our monthly newsletters that we send out both to staff and to families to let them know what's coming up on our campus. Finally, Goal 4, again, we're looking at that Campus Vision Council to look at our strategic planning and look forward with that in terms of our expenditure plans. And as everyone else has already indicated, we obviously put safety as a high priority on our campus, and we continue to work on that as well. Mr. Barrett.
Thank you, sir. All right, well, at the high school level, we really overhauled quite a bit this year, especially shifting to that 8-period day like we already mentioned. A couple of the things that I wanted to point out, the first thing up there was the ability to offer those daily interventions. When we shifted away from that 5x5 to that 8-period day, it allowed us to have those daily interventions. And one of the things that we've really tried to push into those particular are pulling out some of our subpopulations, our emergent bilingual students, our special education students. And so far, that's working very successfully for us. We implemented a new program called Smart Pass, which actually allows us to lock kids down, and those kids are rostered. So our kids are where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there. Receiving those interventions has been a great help for us. We're continuing to explore different CTE programs of study based on the needs of our community. One of the things that we implemented this year was that construction trade program of study. I've been in that class with the principals of manufacturing. They're already putting things together, building some workbenches, and getting ready to build some picnic tables for us. So
They build their own workbenches.
they are building their own workbenches. I thought that was a great first project for them. And then they're going to build us some picnic tables and a couple of other things. I've talked to the kids there.
What we need.
Agreed. They love the class. I have some seniors who are teacher aides in there, and they told me that they wish they had that program of study when they were freshmen. So it's going great. We have a great teacher with Mr. Johnson, so it's looking good. Next year we'll be able to roll that up, and we're actually going to be able to include some HVAC, electrical, plumbing that we can stack into units. So it'll be great. We implemented our early college high school. This year, 20% of our freshman class is in that early college high school, which means they are on track to receive an associate's degree. And then our goal is to maintain a CCMR rating of A. All of our indicators from this last year show that we have 89% of our students who receive their CCMR point, which would be an A for the state accountability system. For this upcoming year, as Ms. Brooks mentioned, that's a lagging indicator. For our superior workplace environment, one of the things that we are tracking is teacher retention. We did great with that this year. I think a large portion of that with the hybrid calendar and obviously some of the incentives that the pay increases, I think that really helped with those pieces. We're also looking at providing different periods for our sponsors. And then we're really focusing in on professional development for our math and English language arts classes. One of the things we mentioned was how our Algebra 1 scores really hurt our accountability rating last year. We've already been pushing in and giving a lot of support to that Algebra 1 team. And I can share with y'all that we looked at the assessment data from the beginning of the year last year to the beginning of the year this year, and we've already seen a 30% increase in our approaches level in that Algebra 1 data. So overall, we're seeing pretty massive increases. just comparing last year to this year. So I'm excited about that, and a lot of that is attributed to some of the professional development we're offering for them. For goal 3, one of the things that we really want to focus on is trying to extend and get more CTE partnerships. That's been a goal for us for multiple years. I could say that last year we brought in TELUS for our Ag Mech project, and so TELUS is working with our Ag mechanics. We also just recently established a partnership with Price Dodge, who's going to take some of our practicum of mechanics kids to go over there and help work in their shop. So we have a partnership with Price, and right now we're trying to get in with some of the veterinarian hospitals for another piece of our Ag program. With that, we also want to increase the field-based experience. We're trying to get our kids out. We actually have a student who is doing his practicum of health science as an intern, and he's actually getting his EMS certification while he's doing that. And so that's one of the things we're trying to do, is incorporate a lot of our field-based programs. And then we'll continue our participation in our CTSOs, which are typically successful. Lastly, for goal 4, one of the things that we really wanted to focus on, speaking with our teachers, they have come to me and wanted to really work on upgrading some of the classroom technology. So I've sat down, we've looked at some of our Title I expenditures to see how we can increase some of that for our teachers. And then one of the big pieces of our strategic resource management is utilization of personnel. Shifting to that 8-period day allowed us some flexibility in our master schedule to increase adult presence on campus. Having a 1st period, 8th period conference, as well as a 4th period conference, allowed us to get some teachers out on lunch duty, out in the courtyard areas where the high school just gets very busy. And so really leveraging those conference periods to utilize our personnel effectively. And then we're looking at some additional ring-in systems for some of the outreaching doors on our campus to prevent students from being stuck in the courtyard area, things along those lines. We're exploring some of those options. And I will turn it over to our early child.
Good evening, board. So this is where it all begins, here at the Early Childhood Center. So everything that they're doing, we're teaching all the foundational skills to be successful in school and learning all the important things like our safety drills. We do have a curriculum with our 3 and 4-year-olds. It is 3 tiers for pre-K. We do a BOY, MOY, and EOI end of year like all of the other campuses. And we are concentrating on their growth. We kind of take them where they are and make sure that they're excelling throughout the year in all areas. And we monitor with using the circle test to make sure that we are pushing them in the areas that they need to be and helping them grow. Professional development occurs, although all of our teachers have been trained with capturing kids' hearts as well. We are unique in that we use a system known as conscious discipline. We were fortunate enough to obtain a grant this year by the Assistance of Special Education to help us obtain a conscious discipline grant where we have not only taught our children how to be responsible for their own behavior, but it's more to teach our teachers how to react to the behavior so that we're always supportive in its continuous growth. We will continue that throughout the year. We provide clear expectations and safety and procedures. We celebrate all the time at ECC as often as we can with lots of hugs and lots of food because it works. We continue to partner with Inc., which is our Head Start program. They have the 6 classes upstairs and our 3 classes downstairs, including our life skills to make 10. We do conduct home visits twice a year, so our teachers actually go to the homes and get a chance to meet the parents. That's with our Head Start, and while that happens, our downstairs teachers meet with the families as well to make sure that we're offering any support they need. I want to say one more thing, Rick. We enrolled 4 new students today, so we're continuously enrolling our students and making sure, as I mentioned, they are ready to go to north or south. They're on the shuttles, they do fantastic, and I love being the principal, by the way. Now it's ready.
Okay, so for our first goal, excellent student outcomes, of course, we have our incentive system and our relationship building activities. We're going to continue those because those have been real successful for us here at DAEP. We have targeted learning plans because a lot of our students that come in, they actually need that. We have that pre and post test where we gather that information and we try to provide some kind of plan that's targeted just for their strengths and their weaknesses. We also have the FAST program, which offering flexible schooling for students that are able to come and gain their credits and do that on their own time, as long as they get that 240 minutes a week. That's what we're looking for on that. And then we are still offering the Texas College Bridge career presentations and our CCMR opportunities. As far as goal 2, we have customized training for a superior workplace environment for our staff. We have customized training programs, which encompasses a lot of our circle training that we provided there at DAEP with our students, and a lot of our SEL training. We're starting to go hand in hand with the probation department. So the probation department is kind of helping our staff out with that as well. Regular safety briefings and wellness checks. So that's just really us meeting pretty much daily to do a safety check and a wellness check with our staff, make sure everything is running. Our staff got a little bit smaller this year, so doing a whole lot more check-ins, making sure they're able to still conduct business like they need to. And of course, collaborative planning and feedback opportunities. Again, that's something that our staff does every day. Every day there's a checks and balances that they come together to make sure that the kids have the correct points, make sure the grades are up to par, and any interventions that need to be provided to any of the students that might be in need. As far as goal number 3, exceptional customer service and community engagement. Again, the student behavior incentive program is something that we're highlighting with that as well. Student parent orientations and live academic behavior reporting. So we got a new system this year where we always had a reporting system that parents were able to log in and it was real time. This time they're able to do it through a QR code. So it makes it a little bit easier. So if they have any questions, it is that simple. It pops up on their phone. They're able to see everything that's being done live time. Okay, so they can check their students' progress at any time. Let's see, the partnerships with Walmart, military branches, Camino Real, and the probation department. Now we're really excited about the Walmart partnership. Last year they came to us and they just asked us if we needed any resources, any equipment, anything that they can provide. All we have to do is reach out to them, and they've shown up and they've provided a coffee maker for our staff, just little goodies here and there. For our college graduates that came out of FAST last year, they were able to provide a goodie bag for every single one of them. And we needed some PE equipment, so they were able to provide that as well. So we're really excited about that Walmart partnership. And of course, Camino Real sees our students regularly, and the probation department is still running their programs where they come in and they do a drug awareness presentation with our students once a week at every grade level. So we're really excited about that. Goal number 4, budget and resource alignment. We do that pretty much monthly, where we make sure that any resources that we need, any budgeting concerns that we have, we come together as a staff and we go ahead and we make purchases as we need to. And daily facility inspections, still do that. Streamline all DAEP and FAST procedures. That's gotten a whole lot better because last year we did have a few issues when it came to the point system and the days, so we were able to streamline some of those processes and actually make them to where every student has a virtual file. Everything that goes into that student, we're putting it virtually so that way everybody has access to it. And we, of course, still continue to do the Raptor system and safety groups. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any questions at this time?
Yeah, thank you. I liked hearing that from each campus leadership.
That was nice.
I like how y'all broke it down. It was really nice. Thank you.
Good job, too.
Lots of breakfast topics. Administration recommends that the board approve the 2025-2026 Campus Improvement Plan goals and objectives as presented.
Move to accept administration recommendation.
I'll second.
Thank you.
We have a motion by Mr. Sabota and a second by Mr. Butts. Any further questions or dialogue? Show of hands in favor. 7-0. Motion passes. Next, we'll consider the approval of the resolution of setting the tax rate for the 25 school year by Ms. Anna.
Good evening, Mr. Shadrack, Dr. Gilstrap, Board. This evening I am here to recommend a tax rate for the district. The Board of Trustees is required to adopt the 2025 tax rate by September 30th of each year. This year's tax rate, total tax rate, is going to be 0.854878, which is 0.044603, less than last year's tax rate of 0.899481. Sorry, that's a lot of decimals. I'm really sorry.
We did everything.
How many times you practiced that?
As a result, House Bill 3 districts must compress their M&O tax rate based on property value growth TEA calculates our maximum tax rate, or our MCR, each year. This year, that Tier 1 tax rate is 58.16 cents. Then we were able to add our 5 cents of Tier 2 tax rate on top of that, making our combined M&O tax rate of 63.16 cents. And then to that, we also add, again, we have our two pieces to our tax rate. So our INS tax rate, again, that's calculated strictly from property values and the district's annual debt payment. Again, it's used, that part of the rate is used only to pay for our debt payment. So this year we're looking at $4.5 million that we have to pay with those funds. So our proposed tax rate is an M&O tax rate of 0.6316 cents. Our INS tax rate is 0.223278 cents, for a total tax rate of 0.854878 cents. Are there any questions?
I'm glad you're doing it.
So that's still, I mean, even before that, we were still the lowest tax rate in our
Correct.
surrounding area, so I'm sure we're still the lowest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we've talked about this before, of lowering this tax rate, and what will that save us if we didn't lower that? Because I know our attendance is down, about what, 90 students down? And
And if we
will
don't,
that
if we don't go to our MCR, that affects our state revenues as well. Because if we're taxing above where the state's telling us we have to tax, they'll provide less money. So
We wouldn't generate more money, it's just it becomes more
Right.
local, less state.
Yeah, less state.
But we wouldn't generate.
But we're not going to get, it's going to be
yeah,
the same.
We'll probably end up in the same spot.
Yeah.
At the end.
It's just we're putting the burden on the local taxpayers as
Doesn't
opposed to the
matter
state.
which one.
Who's funding it?
Yeah, who's funding the vote.
that's what we were talking a few months ago, and during the summer, we were had a lot of discussions about that kind of thing, so.
I think based on the requirements, it pretty much dictates what we have to do. We just follow.
Right.
We follow based on the information we're provided based on.
That's why they calculate our MCR for us.
It's all formula based, there's a sheet attached.
Yeah, there's a 5-page sheet attached that the county collect calculates for us, based on our property values and what the state gives us.
Thank you.
And that'll be available online and be posted online.
Yes, sir. If there are no questions, you do have a resolution setting the tax rate in your packet. Administration recommends the board approve the resolution setting the tax rate for the tax year 2025 as presented.
Please, I move to accept the administration recommendation.
And I second.
We have a motion by Mr. Sabota and a second by Dr. Odom. Any further questions or discussion on the motion? Show of hands in favor. 7-0.
Thank you.
Now we will consider the approval of the purchase of the new school bus by Mr. Schroeder.
No.
Glasses out. Good evening, Superintendent of Schools, President Shadrach, Board of Trustees. The district operates 7 special education buses, most of which are aging, high mileage units ranging from 2010 to 2018 models. One bus has logged more than 318,000 miles, and all but one already exceeds 100,000 miles. Several over the years have required significant repairs. To address these challenges, the district is requesting approval to purchase a new 2026 International Special Education Bus through Longhorn Bus Sales. The 54-passenger bus will be equipped with a Bergstrom air conditioning system, a 5-camera surveillance system, communication radios, 3-point seat belts, and full accessibility features, including seating for 3 wheelchairs and a wheelchair lift door. The purchase price is $153,590 with funds already allocated in the current budget. This acquisition was competitively bid through the TASB Buy-Board Cooperative. For reference in board book, it includes 3 quotes for review, with Longhorn Bus Sales providing the lowest cost option. Their proposal also includes a Department of Transportation standard inspection, district lettering, a governed speed of 65 miles per hour, along with a weight slip. Delivery is expected within 30 to 60 days of issuing the purchase order. Warranty coverage, it includes 5 years or 100,000 miles for the engine, 7 years with unlimited miles for the transmission, and additional protections for body,
paint, air conditioning, towing, and bumper-to-bumper service. Approval of this purchase will help reduce repair expenses, improve efficiency and reliability, and ensure safe, dependable transportation for students who rely on these services every day. Board of Trustees, are there any questions? If there are no questions,
Mr. Schroeder, is there the technology we were speaking of earlier, is there any other technology we were talking about before? Ms. Garcia?
The Transfinder.
Is
Talking
there-
more I think,
is
the
it
tracking
like
of
a
students,
communication or what were you
GPS
speaking
tracking,
of?
or am I incorrect on that?
Well, that system, what it basically does is, and you can read on it, you can even type it in on YouTube. It basically tracks that student wherever they're at. If that student doesn't get on the bus, my child, for example, can't speak in some cases, can't say I'm on the wrong bus, right? So they have a system where you log on, it tells these bus drivers, okay, these are all the students who have loaded on your bus. This is the route you need to go to. And then also, these are the students that didn't get on the bus. So maybe you don't need to go down this road. Right now, they're relying on paper systems. And when I had an inquiry, it was a matter of not real time. I could have seen very easily, okay, where's my child at? So it works on both. It works collectively for everyone, all together. Not only that, the technology on there, the video services. When I specifically asked for that recently, it took a couple of days because it's not in real time. That person has to then take that inquiry, go look at the footage, instead of saying, okay, this is what took place at this point on this route. It's live feed, which we don't have that right now. Somebody's checking, okay, who's getting on the bus? And hey, today I have this route, but I don't know any of the SPED kids, right? So I don't know who's supposed to be on there. I'm hoping the teacher is putting the right SPED student on there, but I don't know. So, Poth, Lavernia, different school districts, I work a lot in San Antonio, they all have that technology that is providing there is a cost to it, obviously, but the same way we look for grants, there's an opportunity to look for grants on that as well too. But
so is that when they come with the 5 camera surveillance? That's like the new thing.
It's not gonna cover that.
It's not gonna cover exactly
So
what
we can look into that, we can get something set up later.
The programs that would reference are not, we wouldn't just put on it, we would put on.
Okay.
It's like you would scan each student.
So it's stuff that we can purchase in this quarter?
Yes,
It's-
correct.
They do
we
have
need
a
to
program.
Then you buy the software for that.
Okay. I was just trying to tie it together, so that's why they're starting to make the new buses with the cameras and all
Right,
that.
that's what I was.
But you gotta get the program
But
separate.
you have to have the program separate.
Okay.
And so that's the difference, is that it is an additional cost. It's not,
Yeah.
your standard bus is just gonna come with a basic technology. You have to pay for that software.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
All right. If there are no further questions, administration recommends the board approve the purchase of a new 2026 International Special Education School Bus through Longhorn Bus Sales as presented.
I move to accept the administration's recommendation.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Mr. Muse and a second by Mr. Fleur. Any further discussions or questions about the motion? Show of hands in favor. 7-0, motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you, board.
Next, we'll consider the purchase of a new HVAC equipment, also by Mr. Schroeder.
Yes, the district is requesting approval to purchase and install a new air-cooled chiller for Floresville Middle School through BIBoard, which is a purchasing cooperative administered by the Texas Association of School Boards. BIBoard oversees the entire competitive procurement, ensuring full compliance with Texas law. This is a purchase of over $50,000, which requires board approval. I believe in board book, I've included the BIBoard proposal from Train, along with a comparison of the benefits of purchasing a new chiller versus rebuilding, retrofitting the existing unit. The proposed new air-cooled chiller offers several important advantages over the current 23-year-old 225-ton model that we have currently in place at FMS. The new chiller provides 230 tons of cooling capacity, offering greater reliability during peak demand. It is nearly twice as efficient in integrated part load value due to its variable speed circuit, which also allows for quieter operation compared to the current compressors. This unit is designed to reduce long-term maintenance costs supported by 5-year parts and refrigerant warranty, and it meets updated environmental standards by using R513A refrigerant. The turnkey purchase and installation cost is $273,226 with an expected lead time of approximately 26 weeks. It's about a 3-day turnkey. That 26 weeks, if everything was right, maybe during spring break time, but if that doesn't, then it would be a summer project. The district also evaluated the option of rebuilding the current 23-year-old chiller. Over the last 2 years, the district has spent over $46,000 in repairs. The evaluation determined it is not cost effective to rebuild the current chiller. Replacing motor components, including compressors, coils, fan motors, and refrigerant would cost an estimated $235,000 and provide only a 1-year parts warranty and a 90-day labor warranty. Even with this expense, the district would still be left with a 23-year-old inefficient chiller that uses outdated refrigerant. In addition, the rebuild would require significantly more labor due to the extensive work involved in removing, replacing, and testing all of those major components. The installation of the new Trane chiller will be a turnkey process completed by Trane's professional team. This includes coordinating with the district, possibly having to shut down electrical and water systems as needed, disconnecting existing piping and electrical connections, and removing the old chiller for proper EPA approved disposal. The new chiller will then be set in place with a crane and connected to the existing systems. The district also will receive digital maintenance, operation manuals, staff training for our maintenance department, and the assurance of the 5-year warranty. For these reasons, purchasing the new Trane air-cooled chiller represents a more efficient, reliable, and financially sound long-term investment for Floresville Middle School and our school district. Board of Trustees, are there any questions?
Are we able to recapture the Freon in that old unit to be able to be used in any of our other units? Or is this the last old unit that we have in service?
Mike, you
You
have
can recapture and reuse.
Okay, I was hoping so.
what we are gonna do is strip all the parts we can for reuse.
Use it.
But the Freon itself is
That's expensive,
Yeah.
that's right, but
Now, the new unit, like, 'cause I know one hallway at the back, they had trouble getting cool, so this will solve those problems.
absolutely. We've done some work there in the past, such as building automated system controls. We clean the air coils and so forth. But this is a big thing.
Whenever I came on board, there were individual units in every room, portable units. And I mean, that was the condition of the middle school. And so we've since done a lot of renovations to that. We've upgraded that system as far as we can upgrade it. We've gotten all those things, so it is operating. But in talking to the maintenance department, it is routine and regular for them to go out there and have to touch that thing. And whenever I say touch it, repair something on it constantly. And so it came to the point of, okay, how much do we continue to reinvest versus replacing the new?
Yeah, we put enough patches on it. We've been wanting to do this for a long time, so it's.
And this was part of that long-range facility analysis we did over all of our facilities. And this was one of the items that was identified on that list.
Contactors, fuses, fan motors. I've asked Mike G to, everything that still is operable, take it off and we can use it for.
And the cost for this is built into this year's budget as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we need to do it.
Okay, with that said, administration recommends the board approve the by-board proposal for the Floresville Middle School 230-ton Trane chiller replacement as presented.
Mr. Shadrock, I'd like to make the motion to accept the administration's recommendation.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Dr. Odom and a second by Mr. Sabota. Any further discussions or questions on the motion? Show of hands in favor. 7-0.
Thank you, Board of Trustees.
Still on the windows. Cut it off over the windows.
The slides, the mats, oh, Lord have mercy.
Now we'll consider the approval of the contract for the high school track renovation, again by Mr. Schroeder.
Yes, sir. The district's running track was installed in 2008 and based on our research has never undergone a full replacement of the polyurethane surface down to the actual base, the asphalt. Over the past 5 years, limited repairs have been performed, such as patching uneven areas, spraying the surface, restriping the lines, and minor work has been done to lanes 1 and 2, and that was primarily through Hellis Construction. While these efforts have extended the track's lifespan, all surfaces in time, they deteriorate due to weather, heavy use, and simply natural aging. The FISD track is now showing clear signs of wear, including fading, some water damage, some unevenness, and surface inconsistencies that compromise both safety and performance for our student athletes and other teams that come from other districts. In addition, updated UIL standards such as changes to relay exchange zones require new striping and markings. For these reasons, a full track resurfacing is necessary to ensure safety, compliance, and the continued quality of our athletic facilities. To prepare for this project, the district solicited 3 competitive bids from Geosurfaces, ATT Sports Incorporated, and Hellis Construction. After review, administration recommends awarding the contract to Hellis Construction through their cooperative purchase agreement with the local government purchasing cooperative, as I've talked about recently, by board. Hellis submitted the lowest bid, and using this contract ensures compliance with procurement requirements while securing the most competitive pricing. All 3 boards should be in board book for your viewing, along with the Hellis agreement between owner and contracting, also for your viewing. Hellis Construction's base alternate 1 proposal is $366,700. This does not include an owner's allowance for asphalt repair, which, if needed, shall not exceed $50,000. The scope of work in Hellis's construction-based proposal includes the complete removal and off-site disposal of the existing track surfacing system, including the D area and the long jump runways. The asphalt pavement will then be inspected with any necessary repairs to be addressed as an owner allowance, as I stated earlier. A new impermeable paved mat and polyurethane surfacing system will be installed, along with updated lane striping and event markings in compliance with University Interscholastic League. The project would conclude with a final punch out through cleanup and official closeout. Work would be scheduled to begin following the conclusion of football season to minimize disruption and ensure the facility is ready for the upcoming track season. Given the track's age, condition, and compliance needs, replacement at this time is in the district's best interest. Board of Trustees, are there any questions?
We had talked, if we don't do this, it could be a safety hazard if we don't do repair, and we would be then liable.
Well, if I'll remember what we were inspecting, that parts of that track would not be able to be used. So we could even host our own track meets.
It'd be very difficult,
Intermediate,
not
at
wise
the
to
middle
do
school
so, yes, sir.
or at the high school level.
That is correct.
So have we seen what kind of construction Hellis does? Like, have you seen any of their tracks, walked on their tracks? They're
I have. I believe Dr. Gilstrap probably has too. They've done a lot of work for us in the past. We're happy with their work, correct, Coach?
They've got quality. Sure. We get a quality product.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Who did the track last time?
Just because we're cheap.
Hellis was the last one.
Okay.
Yes, and they've done all those, what I talked about earlier, the minor repairs, they did all of that too, but that's a Band-Aid on what they've
Yeah, it's
done.
been a long time since we redone the track. It's been just patches.
Yeah. It's never been completely done right. Yes, sir.
I just don't want to go the low bid. I want to make sure we get a good track and good. You familiar with Hellis or?
Yes, sir.
Good, okay.
Best in business. They've also done the turf field as well. They did that project as well whenever we did that. It's a very, very reputable company.
So we've used them at that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Good question.
Timeline-wise, we're going to interfere with any potential playoff game we host or soccer season, anything like that?
No, sir, we got a plan in place for when soccer starts up to make sure that we minimize any disruption of playing or practice time.
How many days do they?
The timeline for, do you know?
2 months.
2 months is their estimate.
Give or take with some weather, probably.
So they guarantee you're ready for track season at least?
Yes, sir.
Well, they don't ever want to put a guarantee out.
Yeah, but
Because the weather, but
That's the
they
plan.
estimate.
They know what they're, that's the thing about using Hellis, they know what they're doing, they got a timeline that they're ensure that we're ready back on track.
But there again, when we're not in school during the Christmas break, they're out there, they're working.
Correct.
So you see some of these campuses, when they have these new tracks, they have that mat down. Are we gonna invest in that to keep the sidelines and?
I think we are. Yeah. I think that's wise. Any further questions? All right, no further questions. Administration recommends the board approve the Hellas construction contract as presented.
I so moved.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Ms. Reed and a second by Mr. Muse. Any further discussions or questions on the motion? Show of hands in favor. 7-0. Next, we'll consider the approval of the certification of unopposed candidates for FISD Board of Trustees Single Member District 6 General Election and the cancellation of the November 4, 2025 trustee election by Single Member District 6 by Mr. Schroeder.
Yes, sir, Mr. Shadrach. The district only received one application for a place on the ballot for single member District 6 general election for the upcoming FISD trustee election. As a result, the district may cancel this election scheduled for November 4th, year 2025. The district has prepared a certification of unopposed status for the candidate that submitted an application for a place on the ballot. The board will need to accept the certification through the approval of the attached order. The order will then be placed on the door of each ballot location during early voting and on election day. Board of Trustees, are there any questions? If there are no questions, administration recommends the board approve the order canceling the November 4, 2025 election for single member District 6 and accept the certification of unopposed status for Mr. Craig Moots, District 6 as presented.
I'll move to accept administration's.
I second.
You second that? Dr. Odom? We have a motion by Mr. Flair and a second by Dr. Odom. Either further questions or discussion on the motion? All in favor, show of hands. 7-0.
Congratulations, Mr. Moots.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
thank you better bring it up.
Thank you, board.
Tacos.
Now we'll consider the approval of contract personnel by Dr. Gilstrap.
Mr. President, we have no recommendations for contracts at this time.
Good, thank you, sir. We have now concluded our agenda for this meeting. Is there any further business? Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned at 7:58.